Hello guys, Coldridge here, and welcome back to World of Warcraft Leveling Legacy. In the last episode, we did a lot of stuff in Elwyn Forest with our trusted paladin Ardoran, and today we are going to continue our journey through the Alliance races, starting off with the Dwarf Warrior Thunderhand that I've created here on the middle of the screen, right in front of this huge gate with a big siege engine to the left and a small rabbit running on the ground. So that's gonna be fun. So yeah, dwarves, we're gonna start here. I'm just gonna click enter world and you'll see the intro cinematic for the dwarven race.
Great change has come to the enduring halls of Ironforge. Obsessed with the workings of the Titans, the dwarves retrieved their creator's mystical tablets from the fabled city of Ulduar. Activating one such tablet, King Magni Bronzebeard fell prey to a terrible curse that fused his statue-like form into the diamond heart of Ironforge itself. To compound this tragedy, Magni's estranged daughter Moira arrived, claiming her father's throne for herself and for her infant dark iron son. To avert civil war, the dwarves created the Council of Three Hammers, an uneasy coalition that would share power equally amongst the clans. Now, with political upheaval rising within the kingdom and the great cataclysm ravaging the surrounding lands, the future of Ironforge falls to brave dwarves like you.
So, welcome to Dun Morogh, the icy lands of the dwarves, or some of the dwarves. If you couldn't tell by a lot of the intro through the intro video there are a couple of clans of dwarves. The dwarves live in clans quite similar to the Scottish clans of old folk tales. Well, there are still clans in Scotland of people. And the dwarves are officially, they are well, heavily inspired by dwarves. Of Tolkien, of course, in Tolkien lore, while also being inspired by Scotsmen. If you can tell by the fact that they have the Scottish accent. Oh yes, heavily inspired by that, at least. So yeah, we heard a lot of info in that intro video. We heard that the dwarves obtained some sort of tablets, some ancient tablets, according to the storyteller. And we also heard that the king, Magni Bronzebeard, has turned to stone. And that's not good. And we'll get into more of that story eventually. Also, his daughter, Moira Bronzebeard, or Moira Thorazon, as she's more called now, has taken up her father's spot as Queen Regent for her son, who is not yet old enough to rule, who is called Fenrin Thorazon, and she has taken her father's place for the meanwhile. So let's start off by taking this quest from Joran Ironstock and see what he has to say to us. Probably hunting some rabbits here, or some of these hideous creatures. Oh, what happened there? Name. Something went wrong with the add-on there, huh? Okay. Let's read the line anyway. Hey, you there! You're a stout-looking warrior. I'm not going to do the accent, by the way. Lend us a hand. It looks like today's a big earthquake shook a bunch of those barbarous troggs out of the ground, and they're sure steamed about something. My men are doing what they can to hold them off, but we could use a hand. Do your part. Head just south of here and help dig me mountaineers out of trouble. We've got to hold the line. Hold the line. No, that's not the right tone at all, but it's a song at least. So these are troggs. These are Rockjaw invaders, and the troggs, they have a pretty nasty history. Look at these guys. They are fairly ugly. They have these warts on their faces and stuff. Oh, gotta remember though to oh, hang on a second, guys. Gotta put on my heirlooms and fix that stuff for you guys. Just using the ones that don't give experience. So hang on. Okay, so I put on my trusted reforged True Silver Champion here, as well as the oh, not the ring, not gonna use the ring, we don't need experience, gonna use the trinkets as well. So, where was I? Killing troggs. These troggs, they have these warts all over their faces here, and, well, their faces, their entire body, they seem like decrepit, sort of, a decrepit version of a dwarf, don't they, huh? Well, they are in fact, without spoiling anything too much, the gnolls and the dwarves have a common ancestral point. Let's just say that point of origin. So the dwarves, I decided to start out with a warrior because I find that the warrior class. Oh, don't kill the invaders, man. I should probably not kill those next to him though. But yeah, the dwarves and the troggs have a common starting point, and I decided to play as a warrior because I find that the warriors really fit they fit the warrior they fit the orcs as a race. They also fit the dwarves quite well, and of course I love like the Tolkien lore with the dwarven warriors like Gimli and stuff like that. So I decided to bring this guy in here. Let's see what Arnstock has to say to us now that we've killed these invaders now. No. Hold the line. Impressive work, laddie. We can hold the perimeter from here on out. Here, take this for your troubles. It might come in handy, as I've got something more important to ask of ye. Ooh, we got some leggings here. This add-on is acting up today. That's not good. I think it's because these quests are auto-accepted, so yeah, that's not good. Alright, Thunderhand, listen up. I know a thing or two about troggs. And one of those things is that the biggest, strongest troggs get the most respect. The brutes value strength over anything else. You see these great big troggs sitting back behind those front lines? They're the closest they have to what they call a leader. What you'd call a leader. Go take out a few and show them what it means to be sons of Ironforge. What are you waiting for? We also get some quests from Stan Stoutarm here. Aid for the wounded. Thunderhand, listen. Unlike Jorin, I have no need for your blade, but I do need someone with a steady hand and a bit of courage. Our mountaineers are trained to protect the village from the odd wolf attack, not an all-out trog invasion. Many of our best have succumbed to the wounds and exhaustion, and I need your help in bandaging them up. Here, take my first aid kit and assist as many as you can. So these are mountaineers, they are wounded, and we need to basically patch them up with some bandages. And these are the gnolls that we have to kill as well.
Hello.
Luckily, they die pretty easily. I kind of love the dwarves animations. I really like how they move, and with the added stuff in with the new animations in Legion, this is going to be a lot of fun. So we're already at level 2. That's good. So don't have to kill a lot of these things. I really like the starting quest for the dwarves. They are really fun. At least the first ones. The finishing quest here. By the way, we are currently here north of Stormwind. Stormwind is down here in Elven Forest. That's where we were previously. Let's make this a little bit bigger. So we are starting out here in Coldridge Valley, next to Anvil Mar and Coldridge Pass. And this here, this whole area is called Dun Morogh, which is part of the area in the middle of Azeroth, or the Eastern Kingdoms, which is called Khaz Modan. So that's pretty cool. And up here is the capital of the dwarves, more precisely the Bronzebeard dwarf Ironforge, which you heard about in the introductory video. My words are messing up today. Sorry, guys. So yeah, let's get these quests turned in, and we'll get some more stuff. We also got these pants looking ferocious and wild and amazingly fit for a little dwarf. Look at these arms, man. We look like, man, Popeye. That's what he's called, right? Popeye, the big guy with the huge arms. Before we do anything, though, I'm going to reload and make sure that the quest line works now. So hang on.
What's on your mind?
They blame us for destroying their home, you say? Well, that wasn't us. That was the horrible earthquake we had earlier today. That ends that they can't see we nearly lost our camp too. Can't blame a trog for fighting for his home, though.
See you soon.
So the trogs have lost their home as a consequence of the cataclysm, and the dwarves almost did as well, because if you couldn't tell, there was a huge explosion when the cataclysm hit, and that was because, well, Deathwing decided he wanted to mess up the world a bit, and that had something to do with, well, it had something to do with what we heard in the intro video about the King Magni Bronzebeard turning to stone. And we'll see that eventually later on, though. Many of those you've saved already made it back to camp, their wounds well dressed. Yeah, you might have a future in first aid if you're into that sort of thing. Well, we're not really into that thing, but it'll come handy for a warrior, I believe.
What can I do for
We
you?
appreciate your help out here, but there may be a place where they need even more. Due to the trog attack, not to mention the massive earthquake we just had, we're putting all civilians on lockdown inside Anvilmar, just up the hill to the northwest. Go and talk to me wife, Jonah, inside Anvilmar. Jonah, that's a female name, apparently. I'm certain she is in need of an able-bodied man such as yourself. Yes, I'm an able-bodied man. Are you jealous, Mr. Ironstock? So we're heading up here to this. Look at these iconic like runes and stuff. I really like the dwarven architecture. Really inspired by, well, these pillars here are inspired by Greek architectures, I believe. But oh well. So common theme for dwarves is crafting, like these anvils and hammers and stuff like that, and also axes. So the dwarves are really into fighting and crafting stuff. Really excellent crafters when it comes to blacksmithing especially. So here's Jonah. And what do you want? Can't you see I'm busy here? Go and bother something else. I haven't the time. Wait, what was that you say? Jordan sent you to help. Well, why didn't you say so?
Keep your feet on the ground.
What you want, warrior? First thing first, I don't know how anyone expects to get any work done around here if we don't have any ale. Our beer level here in Anvilmar is dangerously low. Like for us, we've stowed up some backup kegs just for this such an occasion. West of Anvilmar, along the valley's northern border, you'll find kegs of Stormhammer Stout and Theramore Pale Ale. We heard about Theramore previously. Well, we haven't heard about Theramore, sorry. Just to the east of here, you'll find a stash of Gnomenbrau. Ooh, that's a good sounding name there. That's my personal favorites. Yeah, mine too, baby. Simple rune. Thunderhand, this rune was given to me to pass on to you. Take some time to read it, and when you have the chance, I'm thinking it came from the warrior trainer Thran. Take a gander at it, and you'll go find him inside Anvilmar. So that's the warrior trainer quest as well. By Magnus Beard, there's much to discuss and little time to do it. Thunderhand, find me in Anvilmar overlooking Coldridge Valley as soon as you can. We gotta get started. There's a mess of things I can't tell you about to get you caught up to speed, but all that's got nothing to do with us for now. What we need to focus on is the grip of an axe, the weight of our armor, and the smell of our own sweat beating down our foreheads as we fight our enemies. We'll start with that. Thran Korman, warrior trainer. Thank you.
What's on your mind?
We also have this guy, Thunderhand, my boar. Are you into archaeology? We have an exciting opportunity right outside our front door. All the shaking from today's seismic events has knocked a number of artifacts loose from the soil around our encampments. Survey along the valley's northern border and you'll should find all sorts of treasures. Bring some to me and perhaps we can study them together. Right off then. So let's talk to the warrior trainer before we talking more about the lore we have now. Blast, it's cold today, ain't it? It's like the snow never goes away, Thunderhand. If you look around, you'll see a few interesting things. Dwarves using magic in a fight instead of a rifle. Some of us is taken to worshipping the holy light, like some of the humans. And last but not least, troggs. Ooh, so the troggs are apparently worshipping the holy light. That's interesting. You'll learn more about them later, but what you need to know now is that I'm here to help you. Lesson 1. Aside from your sword and shield, what's the most important tool you have in your arsenal? Thrown away your response. Oh, never mind, I'll answer for you. It's experience. As you get more experience, you'll discover new techniques, which means you can be much more effective than you imagined. Go get some experience and learn something new, then come back and demonstrate. So, if you watch my experience farming videos, you know how important experience is in World of Warcraft, man. Most important thing. Oh, yes, it is. Ooh, yeah, we should probably wear these new boots here. They look really nice. We look like a proper warrior sort. So we are introduced to a couple of things for the common for the dwarven theme in these introductory quest lines. So we get the Gnomenbrau here. Dwarves really like to drink, and that's really essential to their culture, I guess. And it is inspired by, of course, Scottish culture or Irish culture, more like it. Am I right, guys? But it's also inspired by Vikings and the ale they drank. Usually during war times and fighting and stuff like that during the for thousands of years ago, or at least 1,000 years ago, drinking alcohol basically made you impervious to like it made you braver, it made you less likely to feign out and be a craven. It also made taking damage and suffering wounds less of a pain, so you dared to do more stuff if you were drunk while fighting. So dwarves, they really follow that tradition, I guess, and represent that part of culture in fantasy lore. They also like to find artifacts. So the dwarves, they dig, and they dig too deep, and then they find something terrible. And they found those tablets that we heard about, and they also like to find general stuff like this in like digging in, finding old ruins and finding out more stuff about their origin, for example. And the dwarves have quite a tied connection to, or the connection tied to the ancient lore and history of Azeroth and the creation of the world. Because the dwarves, without spoiling anything, this isn't a spoiler, the dwarves and the troggs both stem from not a creature, but a type of creation of sorts that are known as the earthen. And the earthen, they are... we don't have level 2 yet. Level 3, I guess, not yet. The earthen were created by the titans that created the world. Well, I think they were created by the Titans. If not, they were created by the Titan Watchers that were placed on the world to guard and safeguard the land. And the earthen turned into the dwarves and the troggs eventually. The ale, darling, the ale! Jonah drinks deeply from the gnomon brow. Ah, that hits the spot. Now we can get some work done around here. If we're going to be on lockdown for an extended period of time, we're gonna need some food and some blankets to keep my wee ones warm. Would you mind heading outside and gather up some supplies? You'll find a few of the small boars are actually have some healthy-sized haunches, good for eating. We'll also need some pelts from the young wolves. You'll find animals almost anywhere you go in Coldridge, so we need to kill some boars and get some asses. That's nice. Wonderful, look at this one. It must be over 200 years old. Oh my god, that's pretty old. Now on to other means. Ooh, level 3, learn charge. The Trogg village to the southwest suffered similar damage to ours. One could assume, logically, that there would be some Trogg artifacts sticking out of the ground too. Unfortunately, looks like most of the artifacts have already been scoped up by Trogg scavengers. Please go see if you can find some way of getting them to get them back. Believe it or not, knowledge about Troggs may eventually lead to further knowledge about the mighty dwarves. Oh yes, it will, because you are so connected. You have similar ancestors, my friend. Okay, let's use the new ability we got. We got Charge, which is an awesome ability. Woo! There we go. So currently we only have 2 skills. We have, or 3 more likely. We have Battle Stance, which is basically a stance used for warriors. They change between stances to do different stuff in battle. We have Charge, basically making us able to run quickly towards an enemy, getting some Rage, because Rage is the resource of the warrior. They get that by taking damage and dealing damage, and then they can do moves. Heroic Strike is also a move that deals instant physical damage, which is nice. So let's talk to the warrior trainer now. Thran, experience, we get some experience. How do you do?
What can I do for
now we're getting somewhere. You got quite a manly bellow, sir.
Keep your feet on the ground.
Keep your feet on the ground. Okay, thank you. We also have a panda here, because they are walking around teaching people to be monks, interestingly enough. The mail down here, by the way, if you wonder, that's always the admiral hat that I keep getting, so I'm just gonna take that and delete it, because we don't really need that thing. Let's head down here, though. We have the priceless Rockjaw artifact the Trogg scavengers have been gathering, and we also need to kill some of these wolves to get some pelts, and we need to kill the boars to get some meat. So that's nice to know. Now we can charge around a bit. For racials, for the dwarves, we have some really cool things. We have Explorer, basically fitting the archaeology theme that we explored a bit already. You can find additional fragments when looting archaeological finds, when you can survey faster than normal archaeologists. So if you're going to use or utilize the archaeology profession that we see right here, then a dwarf might be your best bet if you want to go into archaeology. Which is cool. I've enjoyed archaeology quite a bit, even though it's really under appreciated as a or underdeveloped as a profession, because it's really not that useful for anything as of this moment, except for cosmetics and toys and stuff like that. They also have increased frost resistance by 1%, which is really terrible. Although if you fight a frost mage or a death knight, then perhaps it will give you 1% advantage, which isn't a lot, but oh well. They also have, more importantly, Might of the Mountain, critical strike, bonus damage, and healing increased by 2%, which is, well, first of all, you should get a critical hit before that one does anything, and, you know, critical hits aren't that dependable. There is also the Stone Form, which removes all poison, disease, curse, magic, and bleed effects, and reduces all physical damage taken by 10% for 8 seconds, which is a really nice defensive cooldown, or a what shit, or like a... I guess a removal cooldown if you want to, in case you get into trouble, and that makes the dwarves really good tanks and damage takers in combat, especially in PvE situations. Let's get some boar hunches though. Boar hunch, and we also need to kill a couple of more of those troggs, but I'll get back to that later on. So yeah, the dwarves they descended from the earthen along with the troggs. And we'll get more into the Curse of Flesh when we get to, which is the kind of the trigger that made the earthen into these sort of things. And it also involves the story of the gnomes and stuff like that, which we'll get more into that when we get to Northrend, which is a while. It'll take us a while before we get to Northrend, but basically mainly the story up there is all about that for the dwarves. Well, a lot about that, especially in Storm Peaks, and there's some in Borean Tundra as well. But yeah, the dwarves situated in clans. They live in different parts of the world. We are currently playing as a dwarf that belongs to the Bronzebeard clan, which is they are the inhabitants of Ironforge and Cosmodan, and basically, well, not Cosmodan, Dun Morogh, sorry. And there are 2 more dwarven clans that are pretty prominent in World of Warcraft. First of all, we have the Bronzebeard clan, we have the Wildhammer clan, and we have the Dark Iron clan. Really cool. Let's turn in the quest though. Grundle, did you manage to pry any artifacts from the troggs? Oh, that was a terrible voice, sorry about that. Well, would you look at this, an axe blade, a couple of arrowheads, and what appears to be some sort of rudimentary spoon. This is indeed fascinating. Thanks again for your help, Thunderand. I've been studying to keep myself occupied with Joran's. Got us under lockdown. While Joran's got us under lockdown, sorry about that. Let's talk about Dr. Jonah though. This'll have to do for now. We got a lot of people to feed here, but we got to make do with what we got. With any luck, King Bronzebeard in Ironforge will send us some help shortly. King Bronzebeard, well, I'm not sure if you got the news, lady, but yeah.
Good. How are you?
Well, we got the new quest here automatically. But the king is not dead. He's turned to stone. Sorry. Grelin Whitebeard, a good friend of mine, has put in word that he may need some reinforcements near the troll camps to the southwest. Follow the roads westward, and ye should find him soon enough. Be well, Thunderhand. Troggs may be a pain, but trolls are a whole other type of trouble. So there are trolls here, apparently. Interesting. So I talked to you about the trolls all the way back in episode 2, I believe. And we talked about the different clans of trolls. We heard that or tribes of trolls. Sorry, not clans. Clans are dwarves. Tribes are trolls. Okay. So there were the Darkspear trolls, which are the trolls in the Horde currently, and then we also have here. These are the Frostmane trolls. Well, the Frost trolls, the Ice trolls that belong. They've basically settled here down in the frozen parts of the Eastern Kingdoms, and they also have their main base here in Zuldrak. Welcome, warrior. Are you ready to get to work? The trolls are acting up more than usual, I'd say. We've seen them put together war parties before, but this time it's different. What matters not, however, is the continued protection of Anvilmar. I have no intention of letting these trolls flank Anvilmar while its attention is turned towards Troggs. go thin the ranks a bit, and they need to know that we're still not without defenses. And his apprentice, Soren, hello. I'm notoriously bad at reading troll facial expressions. That being said, these trolls don't look angry to me. They seem to be confused, maybe a little frightened. Something's happening to that we're not seeing here, Rondra, and I say we do some investigation before we just kill every troll in sight. These are 3 troll camps in each. There are 3 troll camps in the area. 1 to the southeast, 1 to the southwest, and 1 due west. Each camp is a soothsayer. See if you can get close enough to listen to what they're saying.
Off with you.
And Felix Fiddlebolt. I was on my way. Okay, I'm not gonna do the voice. I was on my way to join my fellow gnomes at Gnomragan, but then it all went so horribly wrong. I left Animal Mar bags packed and wading through waist-deep snow. Then we had this ridiculous earthquake, and I got all turned around. I ended up here, and what's worse, the troll stole my stuff. Thunderhand, I have obviously proven myself to be quite incompetent over the last day and a half. Would you mind infiltrating the troll camp southwest of here and returning my stuff to me? No problem, Windlebolt. Thank you. So we have these camps here, and Soren, he wasn't really sure if the trolls were really knowing what was going on here. He thought they were not like feral and aggressive. And they really aren't. They are just wandering around these camps, and as you can see, they aren't aggressive to us at all. They have this yellow text above their heads, which means that they don't really attack us. Let's kill them anyway. Yeah, because we need to kill 10 of them to make Whitebeard happy. Yeah, I'm gonna make you into Mojo. Oh yes, that was a girl. Sorry, sorry. The best girl troll voice ever. So guys, leave a comment if you want me to do the voices or not, because if you find the voices to be but beneath my weapons be thirsty. That was the other one. Soothsayer, our land be a land of ice and snow, but beneath the earth, child, there always be fire. The spirits come from deep down to talk with Greeknir. Yeah, come on. Oh, we got the quest completed there, or the objective completed there. So we need to head down to the other one to get the rest of the story. So let me know if you want me to do the voices or not, because that's the kind of feedback I want. I want you guys to comment on the videos and, you know, tell me what you would like to see. I know you guys want an add-on video, and I am making that one when I get the time. I'm probably doing that next week, or like on Friday or something like that. And if I haven't, then you should probably comment on my video and make sure I do, just by yelling at me. What we gonna do now, you ask? We wait. Girknir say he gonna talk to the elemental, get to it to fight on our side. Soon enough, we take over this valley. Soon enough. Okay, so they are aggressive. That's not good. We also got Felix's chest there, I believe. So Felix, why did you... Oh my god, you know that Gnomragan is up here, right? It's not down here. Gnomes in there. I guess disorientation. They are so busy doing everything else by, you know, inventing stuff. They don't really recognize the world around them. So, here we have the last soothsayer and the... Oh, the spirits be angry with us! I don't know why the spirits be rejecting us so. Because you're aggressive, man. Don't worry, child. Gricknir gonna help us get through this. Gricknir again. Hello. So we have 3 quests completed now. This is gonna be good. We're gonna get lots of experience. It's gonna be fun, guys. It's gonna be awesome. Oh, yes. We also got the new chest. I'm gonna put that on, and look at how handsome we are. I mean, our beard is matching the chainmail. Really nice.
You got my attention.
Interesting. No, that's not his voice. Interesting. From that's not the right voice either. From what we were saying, it sounds like the elemental might have snuck in from Searing Gorge, or the earthquake opened up a crack in the elemental plane. Either way, this is bad news. You should probably report this information to Grelin.
See you soon. How are you?
How are ya? Hopefully that is the trick. Anvilmar will be safe from the trolls for the time being. Now to find out what it is the troll has the troll so agitated.
See you soon.
Soren did well to send you out on recon. That's a good information you have there. Trouble is, this just adds more work for us to do. The trolls, confused as they are right now, still would like to kick the dwarves right out of Coldridge, and I'm certainly not going to let some fiery demon turn on Snowy Valley into a mountain lake. The troll leader, his servants, and the fire creatures should all be in the cave to the southeast. Take them all out!
Pleased to meet you.
Pleased to meet you. Once I get my tools, I'm out of here. Huzzah! I found them! Get ready, women of Gnomeregan! Here comes Felix! Now, which road takes me out of here?
You have a great day now.
Idiot! Stupid gnome! Go eat a rabbit! That's the worst, like, thing I could say to him right now. So, ice and fire. A song of ice and fire. It's going to be a war now. We are heading into this cave here because the elementals are not doing as the trolls predict. And the trolls, they have a shaman, and the shamans, they communicate with the elements, as I said in the first episode. And the elements are a bit confused right now because of this earthquake that we heard about. Because they are tied to the earth. Well, they are tied to a lot of stuff. The elemental earth is tied to the other elements as well because they work in synergy with each other. I should probably kill some of these guys, shouldn't I? To make my path easier, I guess. You don't need to kill a lot of these. There are 6 Frostmane Blade that we need to kill. And then we need to kill Griknir that we heard about. Griknir the Cold. And we need to kill a Wayward Fire Elemental. Ooh, our first element. No, not our first elemental, but we've seen water elementals that attacked in. Oh, here we have Griknir with his huge mohawk. Hello. First the fire, and now the dwarf. You gonna die. That's good. So here we have this one. This is the first aggressive enemy that we find in the starting area for the dwarves. He talks Kalimag. Kalima. That's not a reference to Indiana Jones. I think it is. But Kalimag is the language of the elementals, I believe. So these have been running wild. We met some elementals on the coast of Uritar, the water elementals, and here we see a fire elemental as well. Huh! The elements are running wild, and we need to stop them. So there we go. That's the quest done. We need to go back to Grelkin now. What's his name, right? Grelkin? So many G names, man. Griknir and Grologrog and Groganug. Really cool. Anyway, we got that done. And now we're gonna finish up the last quests in the starting area in Coldridge Valley. We're almost done with this area now, guys. That went by quite quickly, if you ask me. And we need to return to Anvilmar afterwards, I believe. So let's see what Griknir has to say to us now that we've done the ice and fire quest and killed this big ass loafin. Look at his face. He looks a bit different than the other trolls we've seen. That's because he's a frost troll.
Well met.
And I'm glad you've returned safely, Thunderhand. While it may not look like it now, you've proven to be a tremendous asset in the protection of Anvilmar. Here, take this symbol of my gratitude. The presence of fire elemental here in Coldridge Valley is no small matter. What earthquake did more than just upset a bunch of troggs? It changed the world enough to tear a gash into the elemental plane. We should submit a report to Ironforge. Yeah, I wouldn't be willing to take a trip, would ya? Don't worry. I have a feeling that you'll do just fine. Talk to Hand Sprocket by the tunnel of the eastern edge of the valley. He'll point you in the right direction.
See you soon.
So, we are going to be a messenger now. Thank you, Grelkin. Grelin. We're gonna journey up here. First of all, up here to a trip to Ironforge, and we're gonna supposedly get up here to this big mountain where the city of the capital of the dwarves is. It's gonna be fun, right, guys? And we heard about Gnomeregan as well from the little lady man gnome who doesn't really know any directions. He should probably invent like a GPS or something. That should be a good aim for Hole Pocket, or what was his name? Anyway, Yeah, Gnomeregan was the city of the gnomes, and we'll see more to that when we start our gnome character. That's gonna be fun. Haha, the gnomes. You already heard my gnome voice. That's gonna be super annoying for you guys to listen to. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. So up this little cliff here, this little roadside by the mountain. I love this calmness of this area. The music here is quite cool as well. Quite cool, huh? Pun intended. Hans Spring Sprocket, hello.
Greetings.
To Ironforge? Well, first you need to go through Karanos, and before that you'll have to go through this tunnel.
Alright, you then.
Did you see that? Oh, yeah, the cave has collapsed. How the whole cave just crumbled like that? I guess it's good that you got here when you did, and not a minute earlier. While this development makes my job of monitoring the cave entrance much easier, I imagine it makes it a lot harder for you to get to Karanos. Hey, wait, I got an idea. The Gnomeregan airmen have a flight path not far from here. I'll send up a signal, and they should be able to help. I imagine they'll land back over at Anvilmar.
No way.
I imagine they'll land at Anvilmar. That's good to know, because I need to have my flight insurance, man. I need to be sure that I make it to Anvilmar, because I have an important message concerning the earthquake and the elementals. I need to get that to Ironforge. It's super important, because Thunderhand, yeah, look at his face. He doesn't mess about, man. He's a serious fella. So let's talk to Milo.
Hi, how are you?
Milo Geartwitch, reporting for duty. You set up a distress signal? The weight limit on my gyro is such that I only have enough room for one dwarf. Looks like you're in luck, Thunderhand. The dwarf woman Jonah told me that most of your personal belongings have been moved inside Anvilmar. Please gather what you'll need. Finish up any affairs that remain and return to me when you're prepared to take off.
Very good.
So we need to go get our stuff, basically. Pack your bags. We need to get Coldridge beer flagon, ragged wolfhide cloak, and some leftover boar meat. That's basically the stuff we gathered previously, man. We gathered the beer outside in the snow. We killed some boars and we killed some wolves, and now we get to bring that stuff with us. Amazing. We also get some new pants here, giving us 1 additional armor and making this not look as good.
What's on your mind?
You're leaving? Make sure you stock up before you head out. More importantly, please speak to Tharic Blackstone once you arrive in Karanos. Tell him what happened here in Coldridge and we could use some assistance. Hopefully he'll be able to arrange something for us.
Keep your feet on the
Yeah,
ground.
thank you. Ooh. And our stuff, our stuff is just in front of here. I remember it being back there previously. I think it was actually, but now it's here on the table, ready for us. Boar meat, here is the beer, and here is our wolfhide cloak. Now we're ready to go to Tharic Blackstone in Karanos. Karanos is right here. That's where the Blue Flight Mastery is. That's gonna be a lot of fun. Let's go down to the crazy little gnome Call of Duty guy, and he'll probably send us off to some place nice. Or to Karanos, hopefully. Let's hope our ship doesn't explode on the way, because this thing does not look
Honored,
safe.
I'm sure.
Are you absolutely
Very well
certain
done.
that you have taken care of everything? You won't have time to turn back. It took you long enough. Hold on tight and take a good hard look. Chances are you won't be coming back here for quite some time.
Off and away.
Off and away. He sounds really uninspired there. I give you an inspired voice and you just talk like this.
Is this thing on? Hello?
Gotta make some static noises as well.
Ah, there you are. Hello. I figured that while you're flying to Karanos, I'd give you some data about what's going on outside of Coldridge Valley.
Yeah, come on.
It seems you Coldridge folks are dreadfully underinformed about the events of the last few days.
Oh, you can see Gnomeregan got up there.
If you thought you had problems with trolls in Coldridge, wait till you get to Karanos. The big cataclysm got the trolls all stirred up here.
Come on. This is going too slowly.
And if you look to your left, you'll see that the gnomes have retaken Gnomeregan. Hooray for us!
Oh, yeah, they've retaken Gnomeregan, you say? That's amazing.
There's plenty else going on around here, too. We've opened up the path to the airport. There's rumors of dark irons in the east. Oh, and I think something's weird is going on with the Dwarf King Magni. Might want to check it out. And here we are! Welcome to Caranos! Watch your step on the way out!
Thank you for the flight. So here we are, guys. We have arrived in Caranos, and we can see the mountain containing the big dwarven city of Ironforge there in the yonder distance. Oh yes, this is gonna be a lot of fun. We see rabbits fighting here. Crazy rabbit people. Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll continue on our journey in the next episode. Don't forget to like the video and share it with your friends if you want to get more of them, because if you watch this stuff, then I'll make more. That's like my deal. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, but I know you want to because I love you. And man, if you stuck by to the end here, you're a faithful guy and or girl, and I love you. So take care until next time, and I'll see you then. Bye bye.